All right, ladies and gentlemen, back to back videos. Here we go. This is 3D5. Looking at 3D5 and our old title block here. Don't worry about that. This is the first one that you can probably draw from different sides to start, but there is one that's not the front that would be the easiest one, I would think, okay? And that would be the right side over here. If we draw this right side first, this flat view, we're then able to join the bottom shape and join the top shape, and then pull the top shape at 7/8 and pull the bottom shape at 4.5. And then that drawing is like almost done. We'd have to do the top stuff. We'd have to subtract the circle and so on. So let's get going here. Let's see. We got half, quarter, quarter, 1.5, quarter, quarter, half. So let's go into here. I'm going to get rid of this stuff. I'm going to go back to the... Sorry, I almost said it. I'm going to go back to the right side because we're drawing the right side here. So this is important to make sure that you're on the correct side. I'm on 2D wireframe. So this is half, quarter, quarter. Stay on that green line, F10. This is 1.5, and then quarter, quarter, half, and then close. So that's the bottom shape, okay? Now, you could draw these separate. It's up to you, and then put them together later, or you could just draw right up from here. So if you do an offset of 5/8, I believe it's 5/8. I'm going to check in a second. Yes, 5/8 gets you to the center of both circles, okay? So that's a 5/8 radius out there as well, and then we have a diameter 1/2 in the middle. So going back and forth between here, make sure we're videoing still, good. We have a 1/2, which actually should be a 1/2 diameter, sorry. Circle, D for diameter, 1/2. Oh, I guess D for diameter does not work. Well, alright, I guess I gotta go back to my 2D tools. Hang on, let me see what it actually says down there. Maybe you have to hit the center first. Oh yeah, sorry, center first, then D for diameter, and then you put your 1/2. Sorry, I'm being stupid. Alright, second circle is a radius of 5/8. And then what you're going to do is you're going to trim and trim. You can then get rid of this line, and now you're going to do what's called a tangent point, okay? So if you go into OS enter, you want to make sure that tangent is checked, because otherwise you won't get the tangent snap point, and then hit OK. Start your line, go from here, and don't go to the end, but go to the tangent point on both sides. That'll tell you, and you know it's tangent because it just barely touches the outside of this circle and then kind of swoops around, alright? So here's the thing. I said before we need like 3 different pieces here, but really 2 main pieces. This line, if I use this in this join down here, I then won't have another line to use in this one. So this is the first instance where we need a double line. I'm going to have to put a second line right there. So now when I click once, I'm getting the topmost line. And I'm going to take these and I'm going to join them. This should say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That should be an 8 to 1. And then with a blue box, you can see there's that second line back there still. This should be a 1, 2, 3, 4 to 1 join. Okay, so now we've got 1, 2, 3, and we're good to go. We go back to the top. We go to the bottom right corner. We pull these two, extrude positive number. This is where a positive number is important because it's pulling it towards us. And then the bottom one, I forget already, I think it's 4.25, nope, 4.5. So this one is going to get extruded 4.5 positive number. Let's do subtract, click the main model, hit enter, click the circle, enter, because that circle is getting taken away from this one, not from this one. Let's do a union of this and this, enter, that puts those two together. Let's check it on conceptual. Looks pretty good so far. Go back to 2D wireframe. We now need to build this shape on the inside. That shape is from the end line 1 and then 1 3/4, and at the center marks of those you're going to have a radius 1/4. So it's building a 3D model within a 3D model, which we did back on 3D 3 and for 3D 2. Okay, so I'm going to put a line here. And I'm going to use that with offset to go 1 inch and then 1 3/4. if I orbit this, you'll see at the center marks of those lines is where I want to put those circles. So if it helps, go back to the top so you don't get confused. These are the two lines. And at the center marks, you're going to put two circles. They are radius 1/4, radius 1/4. Then you can see that we're just going to trim those circles in half. We're going to connect them with two lines, and then we're on our way. Connect, connect, trim, trim. Do I need these anymore? No, they were only there because I needed to get the center points of those circles. Delete. You can verify that they all went on the top surface, which is where you want it to be. I want to take these four and I want to join them together. Make sure it says 4:1 polyline. I'm going to reset my view here because it's getting a little bit confusing. And now I need to know how far to extrude that down. That hole goes all the way through. So what is the height of this block? Well, we got half plus 1/4, so we're looking at 3/4. And you can tell that it goes all the way through based on these dotted lines that I put on the plan itself. Okay, so this is going to get extruded down. Down is going to be a negative number. Negative, what did I say? Negative 3/4. And then last thing would be subtract from the main model. Enter, small model. Enter. Double check it on conceptual. Do an orbit. Don't forget your orbit trick. You don't have to go over here. You can hold down shift and you can hold down the scroller on the mouse and then move the mouse around, and that's for orbiting as well. Looks pretty good. Always reset your view. When you're ready to print, make sure you save it. Always go to hidden. You put your 0.7 line weights on there. You put your name, 1/4 inch text height, and then you print it out. When printing, I didn't say this in the last video, but you guys should already know this at this point. Printer is going to be 5225. You're going to be on center the plot, and then you're going to do window, and that's going to bring you back to the drawing, and you're going to draw a window around your object and then hit OK for print. All right, and that is all. Thank you for watching. This one was harder but an easier video to shoot, so that's why it was only about 7 minutes. And that's it. See you guys later.